Mr. Buxman was a great person for his contributions towards ending the case, but it wasn't enough to prevent hundreds of unnecessary deaths.
Unnecessary indeed, Nazir. Simply put, the men never received proper treatment for their illness. Even though penicillin was the drug choice for syphilis in 1947, the subjects never received any.
Not only was it not offered in the treatment, they were also not allowed/given permission to quit the experiment. Another huge problem was that scientists had no informed consent of any of the patients.
Yes, Nazir, and that also brings up on what made this case so unique. The sheer lack of ethical consideration shown by the scientists concerned. What is worse is how most of the subjects in the case were illiterate minorities.
Exactly. Actually, there was a similar case to this. The CDC's study of experimental MMR vaccines. Basically, the Center of Disease Control and Prevention was hiding results for a test of experimental measles vaccines that actually increased the likelihood of black children developing autism. The resemblance in the two cases are obvious.
Yes, both cases have information for their subjects violating: 1, their rights to access, and 2, no informed consent.
Yes, this is very true. Unfortunately, it happens all the time for you today. Tune in next time on Channel News 5. Go.
I am now here with Peter Buxton, epidemiologist and former public health service interviewer on sexually transmitted diseases. Thank you, Peter, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Mr. Buxton, at first glance, how did you feel about the studies and experiments being conducted at the Tuskegee Institute?
I didn't want to believe it. This was the public health service. We didn't do things like that.
You have gained a reputation for yourself ever since the phenomenon. Some people call you the whistleblower responsible for ending the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. So could you tell us how you did it? How did you end the Tuskegee syphilis experiment case?
Well, in November 1966, I filed an official protest on
How did you end the Tuskegee syphilis experiment case?
In November 1966, I filed an official protest on ethical grounds with the Services Division of Venereal Diseases. This was rejected on the grounds that the experiment was not yet complete. I filed another protest in November 1968. Again, my concerns were ruled irrelevant. In 1972, I had leaked information on the Tuskegee experiment to Gene Heller of the Washington Star. Heller's story exposing the experiment was published on July 25, 1972. It became front page news in the New York Times the following day. Senator Edward Kennedy called congressional hearings at which Senator Edward Kennedy called congressional hearings at which I and HEW officials testified, and the experiment was terminated shortly thereafter. I then subsequently testified at the ensuing congressional hearing.
Wow, truly amazing. I am Kavan Wright. This is Peter Buxton. That's all the time we have. Thank you. Back to you, Nazir.
Wonderful evening and goodbye.